The Arran and Carl big interview. 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 Oh yeah.
Oh, welcome to the Arran and Carl
Big interview.
The big interview. We're finally there. We're finally there at the interview.
Yeah.
Who are we interviewing?
Professor Elemental.
Professor Elemental. Who's Professor Elemental?
The gentleman of Victorian rap.
The gentleman of Victorian rap?
Yes.
Intriguing. He's not the YouTube smash who did the Cup of Brown Joy video, a rap about tea.
Yes, it is.
Shall we show him a bit of that and then get on with the interview?
Yes.
I need a cup of the brown stuff, the shade of an acorn, made warm by the same source that I take my cakes from. Using a teapot, a mug or fine china, been hooked up to IVs, need constant supplies, and a drip for my urges might verge on perverted. But for earthy brown tea, I'm certain it's worth it. With Sherpas who work hers and use a fresh fountain, I've discerned brews from Peruvian mountains. I've slurped up a cup from an elephant's trunk, with a couple of monks who utterly stunk. I've had bourbons with sultans and creams with queens, and I've bathed in Earl Grey. I'm really that keen, and missionaries dismiss me for my single epiphany. The diff between him and me is a simple sip of British tea. So when times are hard and life is rough, you can stick the kettle on and find me a cup. Now when I say Earl Grey, you say yes.
Right, now, today we're here at the Savannah bar with Professor Elemental.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Thanks for having me.
It's alright.
Pleasure.
Thank you for coming.
Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. Nice excuse to get out, to be honest.
Well, yeah.
Ah, lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, here we are on this beautiful sunny day.
Yeah.
In glorious Haywards Heath in God's own Sussex.
Yeah.
Splendid place.
So if you don't mind, I've got a couple of questions to ask you.
By all means.
Thank you. How did you first get started rapping?
Ah, there's a tale. I've always rapped, ever since I was a tiny baby. And I spoke in rhyme constantly.
Yeah.
And it was actually my parents had to stop me rapping after a while and had to train me to speak normally. But I really got started about 10 years ago. I really got started rapping, and my sister was very encouraging. So I rapped for her a lot, rapped for my cat, and once the cat liked it, then I knew I could move on to actual people, and just took it from there.
Who are or who were your influences?
Well, when I started rapping in the 90s, the early 90s, all the rappers were quite silly and quite funny. They were all doing silly nonsense songs. So, you know, people will probably hate me for saying this, but even people like Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince at the time were having quite a nice time doing rap, so I thought that would be quite jolly good fun. And since starting rapping, there's some more unusual people that have influenced me. A chap called Vivian Stanshall,
Yeah.
who's from a band called the Bonzo Dog Doodah Band, sort of inspired the Professor, and lots of comedians as well. I'm as much influenced by comedians as I am by the world of gangster rap and big guns.
Yeah. Do you play any instruments?
I play the spoons terrifically and the forks. And I do play the knives, but that's a devil of a job on the thighs. It really cuts into your thighs. So I steer away from cutlery these days. No, I can't. Apart from cutlery, I can't play a damn thing. That's why I rap. I can't sing either. In fact, I'm talentless. I don't know why I'm even here. I haven't got a crumb of talent.
Me too.
Cheers. Cheers to not having any talent at all.
What do you think of gangster rap?
Gangster rap. It's a funny one. Well, growing up in the hood of Ipswich, I've seen a lot. More than I'd care to mention on film. Seen some terrible things. But as far as gangster rap goes, it's all right. It's all right as long as it's not hurting anybody. But then it frequently is.
Well, yeah.
It's a funny one because you can't really defend it because it's so awful. But at the same time, I love the music. I love it. I absolutely love some of the really awful music. You know, I love Jay-Z, and I love people with, you know, MOP who just talk about guns and silliness all day. So I think it's all right as long as you don't take it seriously.
Yeah.
As long as you know, treat it like any other entertainment. That's the trick of that. What about you? Are you a gangster rap fan?
Yeah. What I don't agree with is the guns.
Exactly, and when you take away the derogatory talk about ladies and the guns out of gangster rap, what have you got? Just some man shouting. Might as well listen to a trap.
Yeah.
So it's hard. It's a tricky one, isn't it? I'm not quite sure where I stand.
Do you have your own band?
I do. I can't call them my band because they'll beat me up. They're just people in a band with me. But there's a group called Special School, and we're just putting out an album. We do lots of shows live. I think you've seen us. I think you've seen us around. But also do lovely things with a group called Come Into My Parlour, which is where they gave birth to the Professor, and that's more of the Victorian side. And Special School's the hip hop side. But mostly, I'll play with anybody who'll have me. I will just join in with everybody and anyone all the time, whether they like it or not.
That's the end of part 1 of the big interview.